Okay, so the recording is on, and let's see, let me minimize this, minimize, close this, move this here. And so yeah, we're just getting started here, so you didn't miss much. All right, so we are starting Ansible here. So let's go here and see what is Ansible. Okay, and okay, so Ansible is provisioning management application tools enabling infrastructure as code, and runs many Unix-like system and configure both Unix-like system as well as Windows. It includes its own declarative language for describing. Okay, yeah, this looks good to me. So yeah, you were gonna send me a document here. What happened?
I have to add some a few more points in that, sir.
Okay,
I'll be
yeah.
sending you by tomorrow.
Yeah, no, there is no deadline here. Just take your time and send it to me. Or what you could
Okay.
do is just send what you have and then keep updating and keep sending it to me whenever you get a chance, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, what I'm looking in is, I mean, I'm gonna work on with you, with all of you one on one, preparing you for the interview and all that, okay? But on the same token, I want to see how you could express what you have learned so far on the paper.
Okay.
All right, so there's no rush. Take your time. And I told you earlier, okay, if you want to crack this, how you want to be successful, this is the formula. Use this formula here, okay? Practice every day for 2 hours, okay? Just because I say every day doesn't mean do it exactly every day here, but try to do it 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 45 minutes, okay? Don't just sit there for 2 hours and then you're not going to grasp anything. Okay? Because we as a humans, we just, at the moment when I explain things, it clears up. You could understand a lot of stuff. But observing what you are learning, it takes time. It takes more than one time.
Good.
All right, so it is an open source software provisioning, configuration management, and application deployment tool enabling infrastructure as code. Okay, you will be using. Somebody said you know how to use infrastructure as code. Yeah, and it's called Ansible. Is one of the tools is Ansible here. Okay, and it runs on many Unix like system and can configure. Okay, all right, this is a good point. So originally this was designed for Linux. Now it could support Windows also, but we are not worried about Windows. We are only worried about Linux. Declarative language describes system configuration. Ansible was written by and acquired by. So Red Hat bought this out. So it's a Red Hat product now, and allowing remote PowerShell execution to do tasks. So for our class, what we're gonna do is for this course, okay, by the way, Ansible is written in uh, Python language. Okay? Can you go on mute, please? So for this course, we will be using SSH. We'll be using Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And we are using SSH, Secure Shell. That's what SSH stands for, okay? And this is agentless. What does it mean? Ansible only needed to be installed on one box, and there is no agent. What does anybody know what agent means in terms of computer? So we have TeamViewer here, right? So we have TeamViewer here on my computer. Okay. So for me to connect to your computer, you must also have a TeamViewer. Is that right? You all agree, right? But agentless means you don't have to have a TeamViewer. Only I could have a TeamViewer, and you don't have to have a TeamViewer to connect to that computer. Instead, it's you're gonna use the SSH. Okay. So uh, there is no Ansible software needed on the client computer Ansible only needed to be installed on only one box. There is no Ansible software needed for the client servers. For the Ansible to work. Instead, it uses built-in SSH functionality. Alright, that's it, that's enough. Only on one box. So this box is called Ansible Master. Ansible Primary. There is no Ansible software needed on the client servers for the Ansible to work. And this can be used on thousands of computers. Okay, and give me 1 second here. Let me see what happens here. Okay, so before you do, normally what you should do is, let's go to the main Ansible website. And let's see here. Yeah, see, it says Red Hat Ansible. Pricing. Okay, here is the thing with Linux here. Any Linux software is free, but the support is not free. So that's how they make money out of it. Okay? So this is just the support pricing here. But if you know how to use it, then you are on your own. But when you come to getting a support, then it's not free. And quick start. Okay, Ansible docs. Okay, and playbooks, inventory, Red Hat. Okay, by the way, in this course, I'm not showing you everything in the Ansible here because Ansible in itself is a huge topic. But I'm showing you a part enough for you to be able to use Ansible and have a good knowledge how exactly you use it, okay? The information you're getting today is enough for your job role. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is uh, let's go ahead and do the Ansible installation, okay? Okay, so I think this is up to date here. So before you do that, run yum update -y, okay, to go ahead and update the system. So more than likely our system is updated here, so nothing need to be what is happening now? Non-package mark for update. Okay, so we need to enable the network here, so I'm going to shut it down. Can somebody tell me how do I enable the internet here? How do I enable the internet? You go into settings here and network. So you add the third one, enable the third one, and enable as NAT network or NAT. NAT is good. And no, let's just leave NAT here. It will, what it'll do is it will allow the internet connection on this virtual box here. So I'm going to start this. I'm not sure why is it taking so long. but let it do itself. Come on. Okay, so when I do IP-A, so this one is part of a bound, this one is part of bound, and then this one is part of, this is the bound, primary bound here. So it's going to use, I think I don't have to explain this right now. If you look at the MAC address, it's using this one here, ENP0S3. This is the main using it. If this goes down, it will start using this one here, okay? 002768. Okay, now ENP0S9 was not there before, so we added this one here. This will allow us to go outside the outside world, internet. If I do ping Google, it should ping now. I don't know why is it so slow. Okay, it's pinging now. So what you have to do is very first command, yum update -y is going to go through the updates and see if you're going to do any updates or not, okay? Okay, so this is done, and let me clear this. So you got to do yum update first. Then what we're gonna do is we have to install the repository. Okay, so don't worry too much about this, but this is something you need to install because it's running the Python here. Yum install epl hyphen release hyphen y. Just run this command.
Sir, what type of release?
Yeah, this is something epl release is related to the Python here. So let's take a look here what it means. What is Apple release? Extra package for internet is a open source and free community based repository project from Fedora team which provides 100% high quality add-on software package. Okay, so since we are installing a Python, I'm sorry, not Python, Ansible, which is something you could consider as an add-on, right? So for that, you need to have a epl release installed so that it allows the Ansible installation
Okay.
here. Okay, hope that helps. But don't worry too much about it. Okay, so this is clear. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna install Ansible here.
Sir, it's installing Python 2 for this Ansible 2.9 version. So when I was looking at the documentation, it says Ansible is no longer supporting Python 2. It requires Python 3.
Yeah. So what it's doing here is when we install it, it is automatically going to install all the Python dependencies. Okay, that is why
Okay.
we use yum,
Okay.
and it's directly coming from the internet here. So this is nothing locally installed here. When you run it yum and then you let it do it from internet, the latest and greatest will come down.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to install Python 3, then what we have to do?
No, Python. Okay, this is what it is. The Ansible is written in Python. Okay. Python 1
Exactly.
and 2 is there, but we're not installing Python here. We're installing Ansible. At the same time, it installs little parts of Python that is needed for it to perform its functionality. Okay.
Okay.
So
But we
you,
can update, right, from Python 2 to Python 3 if you want.
yeah, I mean, if you're installing today, then you don't have to. I mean, you just have to use Python 3. Python 2, you don't have to do, you just don't do install it. It just, the support is going to go away end of this month, end of this year for
Yeah.
Python 2.
So I
So,
believe they will update the yum repository so that it will install Python 3 by itself, I believe.
yeah, that's what happened here. We didn't care what was already there, so we installed
Yeah.
Ansible, and then this is the latest one. It came down, and it installed the
Yeah.
dependent part of the Python that it needed.
Okay.
Okay, even if your
Yeah.
system is running Python 2, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's see if Python is there.
Yes, installing user bin Python.
So Python 2.75.
Yeah, I think when we did the yum, it also installed Python with it with Ansible.
This is what I'll say here. At this moment, don't worry about it. We're not working on Python. We're working on Ansible.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So let me explain something here. Okay. So let's this here. This file here, etc Ansible. What happens if something is in configuration folder? What do you mean by that? What goes into the configuration folder?
It contains all the configuration files of
Yep,
Ansible.
very good. etc folder is a configuration file folder. It holds all the configuration file. Okay, and what else? So let's go ahead and take a look. We are /etc/Ansible. Ansible config. Okay, so this is the configuration file. So just like any other file here. So if this is committed out, that means this is not active yet. Fork.5. I'll explain all this here when we move forward, okay? Okay, there's a lot of configuration in here. We are not worried about it. Okay, so let's see here. So there is another file called hosts, right? So what I'm gonna do is okay, this file has list of hosts here. So if you're gonna be putting the list of servers here, you put it in here, okay? And then you could name the web servers or whatever. So we will work on this file a lot. We'll come back to this again later, okay? So what this is you can make Ansible configuration or behavior changes to Ansible in this file. The file is etc Ansible file, okay? And by default Ansible reads this host file, reads this file for the hosts or servers. To perform action on, okay? And we'll go through all this here, okay? Let's do this. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to work, get the information for another server. So what I'm going to do is this is practice, right? Okay, I'm going to power on. All right, let's do this here. I'm going to create 3 new boxes, okay? So go up here to the original one, right click, clone, and give it a name, Ansible 1, Ansible underscore client 1, Ansible underscore client underscore 1. Okay, clone it. Do I need to take pictures for this, or are you guys okay with this? So all right, let's kick it up a notch here. We're gonna work on 10 boxes together, okay? Okay, I'm gonna give it a name 01, and I'm gonna say clone. Okay, make sure you use the original one here, because the original one is only very, we install the minimum. We install the minimum operating system on it. The least we need it. Okay, so for this purpose, we use this one here because it will be smaller and running a smaller machine altogether. What I'm trying to say is that the very first one we install, it doesn't have the GUI interface in it. Okay? So we got here client 1 here, right? So I'm gonna clone here, and I'm gonna paste it in here and make it 02. Clone. Okay, and 03. I'm gonna do 04. If you guys could do it now, it's okay. You could do it also. Ansible client 04, right? Yeah. I've done 3. This is 4th one. Okay, I'm gonna expand it so that I have a better view. Zero 05. Okay, now to number 6. Okay, and number 7. You know what? I should have checked the settings here, man. Oh, God. What I needed is bridge adapter. And yeah, so we're good now. Number 7 now. Okay, number 8. Number 9. Okay, 10. Okay, so we have 1 to 10 servers here. Make sure the settings for all of them for network is bridged adapter. Okay, let's keep it that way now. And also put them enable NAT. Okay, so let me copy the screenshots here. Everybody with me so far, right? I didn't do much since last 15 minutes here. I'm just creating this, setting this up. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Copy that, sir.
Yeah, okay. Good, good. Uh, so this one is bridged and NAT. Yeah, good. So, okay, go ahead and do that to all of them here, just in case if we need to get onto the internet. Bridged adapter, make sure it's allow. NAT. Okay. Number 3, network, bridged adapter, NAT. Network, bridge adapter, NAT. Okay. Number 5, network, bridge adapter, and is set to NAT. Bridged adapter, NAT. You don't have to go through all this here. If you have done this to the original clone, you don't have to go through all this here. Allow bridge adapter, NAT. Okay, so the original one you should have NAT. Just leave it like that. Okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is turn these all 10 puppies out on, and we'll see how this game is gonna go into effect. Okay, so I'm gonna minimize this, and I'm gonna start it. Okay, and this is 1. So I'm going to fire up a bunch of them together. You don't have to do 10 though, but I want to use this as a good example, okay? I'm going to further make it smaller here. So that I have enough room. So I'm going to log in before I shrink them. Okay, so number 5 is $131. Oh God, what did I do? So 192.168.1.131. Okay. This is 192. 4 is 192. It's picking up random numbers here, okay? So don't worry about it. 3 is 199. Three is number 2 is 178. And number 1 is 185. Okay, now let me fire up 6. Uh, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay. Number 6 is uh oh, number 6 IP is not showing yet. Okay, now it is. Number 6 is 134. Okay, so 134. Number 7 is number 7 is 168. Okay. $168. Number 8 would be 192, 168.1 dot. Okay, and number 8 okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, and we're gonna continue on tomorrow here. Okay, so all the 10 servers will be up tomorrow, and then we could take out work it out from there. All right, anybody has any questions, let me know in the group chat. Okay, all right, bye.